First off, can you tell me about your upcoming fight?
I'm fighting Mike Thomas Brown in WEC for the Featherweight title, and it's the biggest fight of my career.
Exactly. So what are your feelings that you're fighting for the title?
Right now I can't believe it came up so quick. It's a good feeling, and I'm a little more. I can't say nervous or anything. I know I'm physically really ready. It's just the fact that you're fighting for a title is kind of a bittersweet thing. It's like it's really, really good, but then you get really, really nervous too. So it's working out really, really good though, man. I'm trained really hard, had a really good camp. Of course now I'm just focusing on getting my weight down, and I think it's going to be a good night for me.
Very exciting. Now, where are you training at?
In Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And where's the camp that you train at, and who trains you?
Greg Jackson is my coach and trainer, and we train with Jackson's MMA, and it's the same camp as GSP, Nate Marquardt, Rashad Evans, Keith Jardine, myself, Cowboy Cerrone, Demasio Page, Dwayne Ludwig. We have a pretty good team out here.
Now, when you train at camp, is that where you live, or do you have to travel there?
Yes, I live here also.
Okay.
Me and Cowboy Cerrone are renting a house down here, a 5-bedroom house, and we usually we rent it all year round, but we have a really good relationship with a landlord lady, and we kind of have it as a camp house. When people come in from out of town, and like such as all the George guys from Canada, they all stay here. A lot of guys from Denver come down with Dwayne and Nate. They stay here, so it's just a good place to have down here, and the rent is cheap, and it works out perfect when we have to be here 3 or 4 months at a time.
Now, how about family? Do you have family support?
Yeah, definitely. I actually had my little brother move down here also. He had his first fight, and he came down here and ended up moving all his furniture down also. So my family is really supportive. Basically my 2 little brothers are my younger siblings, and now that I have one of them living here with me, that's always a lot better because I get to keep an eye on him and make sure he's doing right.
Yeah.
My youngest brother, he actually stayed back, but he has a management position at his job, and he just loves to watch us fight. He's not really interested in becoming a fighter, so he stays back home, and we help him pay the rent. For our house that we all had down there together. Wow. And so he's there, in a 3-bedroom house all alone. But he's got a girlfriend now, so it's good, man. But he takes care of it down there for us, and when we're down here at camp.
Nice. Now, where did Bad Boy come up? Who came up with that?
Back in the early '90s when I started fighting, all the UFC guys used to wear Bad Boy shorts, and have the eyes. And somehow, some way, when I was like 16 or 17, I was graduating high school. I got a Bad Boy tattoo. The little eyes and the little mouth, the same little guy that they use on the shorts. And I got it on my arm, and I just like the logo, man, and just saying, being a bad boy, and that, I got the tattoo, and, after my first fight, the guy was like, hey, man, can I take a picture and use it on the poster? And he just kind of threw it on there, he was like, look at this Bad Boy Garcia, because, I was flexing and had my arm, the angle where they could see the tattoo, so it stuck ever since then, man, so.
Does Bad Boy sponsor you?
They didn't at the time, and they've offered now, but I've been with Tap Out for so long that it's kind of one of those things. I try to be really loyal when it comes to things, and Tap Out's always been really good to me. And so it's kind of one of those things. It'd be cool to be sponsored by Bad Boy, I think being that I have the tattoo, but my loyalty lies with Tap Out. So
I don't understand that. Like, you can't have more than one, you can have more than one sponsor, right?
yeah, those two are like kind of like the UFC and Affliction.
Oh,
They're at each other's throats.
okay.
So, yeah, there's no way Bad Boy would allow Tap Out or Tap Out
I
would allow
see.
Bad Boy to logo their stuff on them.
They wouldn't much appreciate it. Okay. Now, what do you love the most about the sport, Leonard?
For me, it's a competitive part of it. You know, you get ready as a team. You do everything up until that point when you're walking through the tunnel. Even the walk up to the tunnel is a team thing. But when the bell rings, it's just you and him. And there's no other sport that's that competitive. You know, it's a one-on-one deal. And no one else is going to be able to help you out. It's just you, and you have to rely on everything that you've done with your team to come out as a winner. But, you know, in the end, it's all up to you. So that's what I love about it. Just the fact that there's no one to blame but yourself. And that I always think that's the best way, because I played football, you know, my whole high school coming up, and I remember there'd be times we would lose a game and I'd play really well, and somebody would do really bad, and I'd think to myself, man, if he would have done his job, we would have won. That would eat me up, man. And now it's just up to me. You know what I mean? There's no one else to blame but myself. So there's nothing to eat me up unless I lose. You know, I think that's what I love about it the most.
Now, what is the game plan that you have for Mike Brown?
You know, Mike Brown's a really strong wrestler. Decent stand-up. He's well-rounded. He's pretty much the toughest opponent I've ever faced, you know, my whole life. So, coming into the fight, I just want to make things harder for him. You know, he's comfortable wrestling. I want to make the wrestling tough for him. I want to, you know, try to out-wrestle him, you know, move away from him, just keep him off his game, make him uncomfortable. So if he wants to wrestle, I want to make him, you know, I want to make it the hardest wrestling match he's been in. Of course, my go-to thing is striking. I love kickboxing. So, you know, without giving up too much of the game plan, you know, I definitely want to try to out-wrestle him. But, you know, everybody knows, you know, when we start the fight, we start on our feet. So I hope to get a kickboxing match out of him also.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, I don't think there's going to be much trash talking going on. Mike seems like a pretty decent guy. You don't really have anything bad to say about him, do you? You just want to take his belt.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if on different circumstances, if we trained at the same camp, I think me and Mike would be some of the closest guys to each other. We'd probably be really, really, really great friends. If not, you know, he'd be one of the top guys on my list to call over and hang out with, man. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're in the business of fighting, man, and you know, we have to fight each other, and it's already slotted. It's in there. So just like him, man, you know, we're gonna be friends after the fight. There's no bad blood between us, but we're definitely going to come after each other. He has something that I want, and he wants to keep what he has. So, you know, it's a great sport that we can be friends and have camaraderie like this, and be able to go in there and try to rip each other's heads off.
Yeah, it's incredible. I just love the thought. You know, it's his first time holding on to the title. He's not going to want to let it go for anything, and gosh dang it, you want it. So yeah. I'm sure it's going to be crazy as hell. What would you like to say to wrap up our interview to your fans?
You know, being that I'm a small town guy, I come from a really, really, really small town. Went to school where I graduated, you know, in a class of like 100. I just want people to know, you know, just because you come from a small town doesn't mean you can't do, you know, things such as myself. So, you know, I tell younger kids, man, you know, stay away from the bad things. You know, anything that's fun, man, it normally gets you in trouble. Remember that. And, just follow your dreams, man. Whether it's fighting, learning to do anything, man. Just keep it up, and one day you'll get there.